So today we're going to talk about multi-dog homes and a few things you can do to help your multi-dog home run more smoothly. So let's get into it. Number one, leadership. It is very important that your dogs see you as the pack leader and there's not a pecking order among them. The easiest way to establish clear leadership is by making sure they do something for you before they get the things they want, such as their feeding time, toys, treats, outdoor access, anything your dogs desire. Make them do a command for you before you give it to them, and you will establish pretty clear leadership. Number two, body language. You should know your dogs like the back of your hand, because if you can see that one of your dogs is starting to get nervous or overstimulated, because say their pupils dilate or their tail is wagging in a certain direction, or they're doing some body language that maybe is very specific and indicative to them, but you know, because you watched your dog, you know that it's a sign that they are getting too hyped up and a reaction or a negative moment may come from it. If you know their body language, the second you see that, you can redirect them and get them out of the situation. So that way nothing bad comes from it. Number three, bonding. Too many of you guys with multi-dog homes are not walking your dogs on a daily basis. Now, I live in Florida. It is July. It is crazy hot down here. However, if you have a multi-dog home especially, you've got to walk these dogs. It's gonna take a little bit of the edge off, when they're with each other, because they're gonna get good physical exercise, which of course they need. But two, it's gonna help them bond together. When you walk your dogs together, it creates a pack. And when they feel like a pack, again, they're gonna run a lot more smoothly in your home with each other. So make sure that you're taking your dogs on daily walks when you have a multi-dog home, especially. Number four, management. If there's certain things that are triggers, like people coming in the door, they get too hyped up and they start to get a little ugly with each other, a certain toy, a certain treat, feeding time. If there are clear triggers where they get excited or they've been ugly with each other, then you need to manage those moments. So whatever that means for you, maybe you put one dog outside, you let somebody come into your home, they greet your dog. Once the newness of you or the person coming into your home is worn off, then you bring the other dog inside instead of both of the dogs all excited and elevated greeting the person, and where maybe they can't handle that level of excitement. So management is hugely important with a multi-dog home. And the fifth thing is time apart. This is another one. You guys are not separating your dogs enough. You're expecting them to be together 24/7 and be okay with one another. They need a break from each other, just like we do. As much as we love the people in our lives, we need a break from them. We need to miss them. We need a little space to kind of pull ourselves back together. Your dogs are the same way. They need a break from one another. So, have certain times where you separate them and you give them, say, a treat dispensing toy. So it's not a negative thing to be put in a certain area or separated from the pack. It's a positive thing, but give them breaks from one another. So let's go over those 5 things again to make sure your multi-dog home is running smoothly. Number one, have clear leadership. Number two, know your dog's body language. Number three, make sure your dogs are bonded by taking them for walks so they can feel like a pack. Number four, management. If there is something that's causing a behavior between the dogs that you don't like, then you need to manage that so it doesn't become an issue. And number five, time apart. Separate your dogs. Let them have some time by themselves and don't expect them to be together 24/7 and be okay with that. So those are 5 things that I really hope you guys with multi-dog homes will start implementing. I want your dogs to get along. I want you guys to have a good quality of life, your dogs and yourselves. And when you have discourse within your multi-dog home, it can really affect everybody's quality of life. And quite honestly, it can be a nightmare. So help your dogs get along, help them, have a good relationship with one another by doing these 5 things. I hope that helps you. Happy training, happy drinking, and I'll see you next time.